Hey team, so I'm super excited to talk to you guys tonight. I'm going to try to keep this simple and short, but I've learned a lot in the past couple of weeks about hair quizzes and how to utilize them for your Instagram, and I want to share all the knowledge I've gained and be able to answer any questions that you guys will have. So I'm gonna actually post this to YouTube and you guys can go watch it on your own time, and then please message the chat with any questions or comments, insights that you had, so we can all learn from each other. I want this to be like as close to a team training would have been if we could have all gotten together. So first, if you're gonna utilize hair quizzes, you're gonna wanna know how to make a hair quiz if you don't already have one. There are two sites that I recommend, Wufoo or just Google Forms. And I prefer Google Forms. You can put like an unlimited amount of questions on there, whereas Wufoo, you're limited to 10. But Wufoo will notify you for free when you get a hair quiz, like when you get a response. But Google Forms requires a pro subscription to be notified. I still have the free version. Maybe I should upgrade now. But I just use the free version. I just go in and check. And before I had my big spike in reels, I would just go check periodically, like every day or every few days, because I usually knew if I was going to get a hair quiz, because it was someone I was talking through DMs, or a family member or a friend that I already knew wanted to order, so I had like directed them to my hair quiz. But I am also going to touch on this point that you can get people to take your quiz without asking them to take your quiz directly. And it's through attraction marketing. Niching down is really how that's gonna happen. And I know there's a lot of other trainings on it, so I don't, want to go into super depth about it. All I want to say is I did reels, 3 to 5 reels, usually 5, every single week for a whole year before I had a reel go viral. I had a few reels get like, a good amount of views. Like I think I had one that was like 18,000 views, 18K views before my reel went viral. And I was like, oh, that's really good. But none were niche directed. None of them were gonna make me money. They were just kind of like fun, nice reels. But when you have something to offer specifically, and especially when you can get it to tie it to your hair quiz, that is where the money is and where lots of growth can happen. I guess just for some background, I had a reel get over 1 million views. I had a second reel that's now going viral as well and has over 150K views, which has potential to just keep skyrocketing. And I just batched a lot of other reels with similar topics to the ones that went viral, and I am planning on continuing that train. I have more than doubled my following. I only had, think about this, guys. I only had 600 and something followers when I had a reel go viral that hit 1 million. That's insane. That's crazy. Anyways, now I have almost, or I haven't really checked, but I think I have almost 1,800 followers. So I've more than doubled my following. I've reached a lot of accounts. And the biggie is how many hair quizzes I've gotten. I haven't checked later today, but I was at almost 500 hair quizzes since the reel launched. So that's 500 new potential customers. It's been crazy to say the least, but I'm very grateful and just excited to share these things with you. So as far as how to, get in the position I'm in, it takes a lot of work. It's not just like an overnight success. It might seem like an overnight success, but I legitimately have been doing this for over a year before this kind of took off for me. So consistency is key, and so is niching down. There is a new Instagram feature that has a link. So you can copy the link of your IGTVs, of your reels specifically, and link it in your stories. I think that's an amazing feature to use. And you can also maybe post a reel and then link your hair quiz link to it. And you can put that in there too. So that's a little tidbit. And honestly, just bringing up your free consultations as much as possible and casually. Like I'll share a couple examples of mentioning my hair quizzes in posts, so you can write this down or whatever helps you. But I'm gonna read off 2 of the captions that I put in my reels. This first one says, "Let's normalize wavy hair. No hair texture is better than the other. There is a sort of power behind embracing your natural hair. It declares that you are imperfectly perfect. You don't have to fit the beauty mold. You are dynamic and unique. But alas, if you have 2A, 2B, or 2C waves, they may never look curly, and that's okay. I'm here to help you find confidence in your wavy hair. Take my hair quiz and bio for a free hair consultation." Super simple, very relaxed. And then the second one says, "Wavy hair needs are different. Your hair isn't straight, your hair isn't quite curly, and likely you have multiple hair textures. It's not abnormal to have a side or underneath or top layer more defined than another. It comes down to 2 things. 1, your products, 2, your technique. Take my free hair consultation and bio for customized hair care for your specific hair and type needs, and follow along for all the tips on technique." So that's a great example as well. Also, something I guess I should point out is my verbiage has changed from I to you. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you. And it's a simple switch, but it does make a massive difference. And I guess now I wanted to mention 2 things you should include in your hair quizzes that I think have been the most, actually 3, that have been the most helpful. And then I want to go into what happens when you get a hair quiz and how you can respond and go from there. So my hair quiz, something I learned is to stay organized and just do this now. So when you have your reel go viral, that's gonna bring you in hair quizzes, when you start getting hair quizzes without even asking people, when your attraction marketing starts taking over, you're gonna want to have 3 different modes of contact. You'll have them put their name, their IG handle, their phone number, and their email. That way, if they put the wrong IG handle or they put a phone number that's out of the United States, you'll still be able to contact them. I've had quite a few lost hair quizzes just because I only had your name and IG handle on one line instead of your name, IG handle, phone number, email. It kind of seems redundant, but very, very effective and helpful in the long run. And then my favorite questions on my hair quiz, everybody does hair quizzes differently, but my favorite questions are the open-ended ones. I have 2 open-ended questions in my quiz that's just a short answer. And one is, what products do you currently use? Include after shower, if any. This gives me a really good idea of where they're at. If people have been using drugstore products their whole life, I always recommend the scalp scrub because I know they're gonna detox, and that will make all the difference. So knowing what they're using now, and you can see in there, what styling products do they use now? If they don't use any, maybe don't go crazy and recommend 3 or 4 styling products. If they don't use anything after the shower, maybe just recommend an air dry cream or a blowout cream or one thing, so people don't get overwhelmed. And then my next open-ended question is, what are your main hair goals? What would you like to see more or less of? This is the tell-all for everything. People love talking about their hair, and someone might, I have a mark, I'll apply that to your hair, and all these problems, but someone might in the hair goal section say frizz, I need to control my frizz. So that's going to be my first priority with finding products to help them. So I really like that question. And then my last tip is for just kind of doubling down and making potential market partners out of potential VIPs. And that's with my last question on my hair quiz. It just simply says, are you interested in selling products as well? Yes, no, or I don't know, maybe. I have had a good handful, I don't know, maybe 7 people say yes. I'm astonished because I'm like, yes, like just right off the bat, you just want to sell products. I was so skeptical. That would not have been me. I might have said, I don't know, maybe, which is a pretty big majority. I can go see. Oh, responses summary. Let's see how many. So out of my 500 hair quizzes, I really like the Google Forms one. It has so much, it's just more organized, I feel like. Out of the Google form, the 500 responses, 71% have said no, they're not interested in selling products. 25.9% have said, I don't know, maybe. That's a lot of people. Like, that's a lot of potentials. And then 2.8% has said, yes, I'm interested in selling products. So just by adding that, like, simple question, I was able to get, like, a pretty like big network of people to talk to about the business as well. And if they said, no, I'm not interested in selling products, I don't bring up the business. I'm just going to help them get some products because I want to help them with their goals, not my personal agenda. And that way they'll be able to try the products out. And then if they become interested, they're going to come to me. Like, that's what attraction marketing is about. It's about giving out to the world and showing yourself that you don't have to convince people or prove anything to anyone. You just have to shine your specific light and share what you have to share, and that good everything is going to come back. And all the efforts you're putting in now are going to pay off tenfold in the future. Like, I literally have gotten frustrated 1,000,001 times that I'm making all of these reels, spending so much time on content, and, you know, not getting much of a return on it. And then now it's like, I can't even keep up. Like, I literally can't even keep up with the amount of hair quizzes and potential customers. I am going to go like crazy on Black Friday, like talking to people about sales and putting orders in. Like, that's amazing. But it didn't take nothing to get here. And you have to know that. Okay. So 6 steps after you get a hair quiz. 1, stay organized. You have to stay organized. If it's 5 quizzes or 500 quizzes, you're going to want to know where that person is, who they are, what their needs are. So find a way that works for you to stay organized. Then your second step is going to be to reach out to them. My first step with reaching out is to acknowledge their struggles and offer a solution. So, you know, I connect with them. I say, hey, this is Alex from the hair quiz or whatever I say. And I say, I understand. And then I take that one question on the quiz that says, what are your hair goals? What would you like to see more or less of? Let's say they say, I want less frizz and damage. I can say, I totally understand wanting less frizz and damaged hair. And I have products that will absolutely help with that. And then I'll say, like, add a question on, where are you from? Or if I have any follow-up questions about their quiz, like, you say you wash every 2 to 3 days. Is your scalp oily in between washes or dry and itchy? So you make the conversation flow. I don't give all the information all at once. Do not information dump. Getting it to flow is very important, and using their lingo when you're talking to them. And kind of like I said, keep a side conversation going if you can. Like, where are you from? They say like, oh, I'm from Canada, I'm from Toronto. I'd be like, I've always wanted to visit Toronto. Do you have any suggestions for when I get there? You know, stuff like that. And then step 3 is to offer the products as the solution. So educate them on why their issues are happening and how the products can fix that problem. For instance, one thing I have a lot of people talk to me about is that they have inconsistent hair texture, like mine. The top layer of my hair is a lot straighter than the bottom layer, which is why I thought I had straight hair for a really long time. And so I'll say, I understand you're having an inconsistent hair texture. What's happening is right now you're using products that are really weighing your waves down. Products with sulfates in them and products that aren't clarifying enough for your waves are going to be weighing them down. So I have a product that's going to rid of product buildup, conditioner that has Wave Max in it, like any sort of problem solution type of thing, and they're gonna see that you care about their goals and you have solutions to help them get there. That's what this business is about, at least for me. It's not about the money. For me, it's definitely about helping people, so I try to just keep it real. Step 4 is gonna be to send a sample cart. First of all, I'll chat with them about the products I recommend. So I'll identify the problem, offer a solution. Say, if I haven't told them about the products yet, I'll be like, hey, can I tell you about the products I'd recommend for your needs? And they say yes. And then I tell them about the products. And at the end of telling them about the products, I say, if you'd like, I can send a sample cart to show you pricing. And they'll say, yes, that would be great. I've had a couple say like, oh, I really won't be able to pay for it right now. And then I'll then I'll go to the next step of overcoming objections. But usually I'll be able to send them a sample cart. I always do it, I pull up the actual cart on here and I'll take my phone and record it. And I'll talk while I'm showing them the cart. That's my favorite way of doing it. It's a lot quicker than most things, and then they get to hear my voice, see that I'm a real person, especially since they don't know me previously. So that's very, very helpful. And I always mention, especially right now, something I've learned is I'll say it in the recording, or I'll send a voice note afterwards saying about the concentration of the products, so how long they last, and that there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And how reassuring that was for me as a person that really struggled to find products that worked for me. So I'm not gonna be wasting my money, and that they're gonna be worth it in the long run and last a long time, because it is an investment. Then after that, the next step is to follow up and ask them if they're ready to order. There is a way you can do this that's not pushy. You can just be like, hey, no pressure at all. I am just putting in some orders right now and was wondering if you're ready. If you want to wait for whatever reason, I'll check back in with you. I can totally check back in with you later. So usually they'll respond and be like, oh yeah, I looked at the pricing, that's just way out of my budget, or yeah, I'm ready to order, or whatever it is, right? So number 6 is to overcome objections. This is your last step. If their objection is money, usually my response will be, I totally understand. I was in the same place as you. We normally have our best sale of the year for Black Friday and the holidays. Would you like me to keep you in the loop on those? Or if it's not this time of year, you can always use our sales are incredible. Purchase Plus is incredible. Use one of those as an overcoming objection. If you haven't mentioned the concentration of the products or the 30-day money-back guarantee, that can be a response to an objection, or any other objection you're facing, you can overcome it with any overcoming objections, and just stay real about it. Be really understanding and honest in your responses. I even had a couple of people in the United Kingdom or Australia, different places that don't have all the products we have here available. And one of them didn't have the gel or the air dry cream available. And I told them that that's what I'd recommend. So when they sent them their sample cart, I was like, hey, we actually don't have these 2 products available in the United Kingdom, or in Australia, probably because we just opened up there. So if you like, I would recommend this and this gel. I think of a couple gels I've heard of that are really great, because we don't have any gels available, and I don't want to give them a mousse because mousse isn't going to be as good as a gel for them. So stay honest, stay real. If you're not getting 20 extra dollars onto their order, who cares? You need to be giving them the best recommendations to your best knowledge. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to read a couple of conversations I had with people just so you can get a feel for this. And then, yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap for all of it. So, this is the first conversation. Me. Hey Emma, it's Alex from IG. Thanks for taking that hair quiz of mine. I totally understand the battle with greasy scalp. I used to have to wash every 2 to 3 days, and now I can go 5 to 8 days just by switching shampoo. Are you wanting to continue straightening your hair, styling it wavy, or both? Her response: I would love to be able to go with it wavy, but I still will straighten it from time to time. And I said, totally. I think using our heat protectant spray would be great because your hair you can use it on wet or dry hair. So to blow dry it or hot tool style, it protects up to 450 degrees. Have you tried out any stylers for waves like mousse or gel? Her response: no, I have not. I haven't really done anything to my hair. I have a heat protectant spray that I use before I straighten it, but not other than that. And then I responded, oh good, heat protectors are a lifesaver. Like I said before about my oily scalp, I think you'd really benefit from our scalp scrub and shampoo duo that balances out oil production in the scalp. It's gonna be such a game changer for you. I'd pair it with a conditioner that won't weigh your hair down. It's really restorative and has Wave Max in it, so it'll enhance your waves too. After everything is all dry, I'd scrunch in our oil. Using an oil to set the wave curl will help it stay longer. Our oil is actually patented because it's so molecularly small it can penetrate all 3 layers of the hair and heal it from the inside out. So you can use it for scalp treatments, which can restore curl pattern. I can put a sample cart together to show you pricing if you'd like. Then she said, sure, that would be awesome. Would definitely give me something to think about. Oh wait, maybe I'm not done with this conversation. So I sent it to her and she said, thank you so much. My only other question is my hair dries so slow, so I don't ever have time to let it air dry. Do you have any suggestions to help speed that up? Currently, I just towel wrap, which I know is really bad for hair, but it seems like the only way, unless I'm blow drying it. And I said, yes, absolutely. I think plopping is really helpful. You can use a cotton t-shirt or microfiber towel. Use an air dry cream. It cuts my dry time in half. It's amazing. Also, if you do blow dry, using a heat protectant or drying on low speed, low heat is a great option too. So if you wanted to give that a try, I could add that to your cart. Did you want to order on the sale or wait on it? Super chill. Did you want to order on the sale or wait on it? She said, I think I'm going to wait on it for now, but everything was very helpful. Thank you. And I said, absolutely. So this is me overcoming an objection. Absolutely. If you have any other questions, I'm around. Also, we usually have our biggest sales of the year for Black Friday and the holidays. Want me to keep you in on the loop? Want me to keep you in the loop? And she said, that would be amazing. Thank you. And I said, you're welcome. That's that conversation. Kind of going through all of those steps. Then this is a second conversation, which actually did end up in a sale and a new customer. I said, hey Deb, thanks for filling out that hair quiz of mine. I totally understand where you're coming from, not knowing what to do and how to style your waves. I'm here for you. It was hard for me to find answers, and I'm happy to pass along tips and tricks. I also have some products in mind I think would be game changers for your waves. I love to help you not have to wash so often and style quicker. When you shower by day 2 or 3, is your hair extra oily or dry and itchy by then? Where are you from, by the way? She said, hey Alex, thanks so much for reaching out. My day 2, 3 scalp top of the head is definitely oily. I wouldn't say dry or itchy, and I'm originally from New Jersey, but I live in South Florida now. And I responded, happy to help. Way cool, I'm from Utah. And in that case, I have a scalp scrub and shampoo duo that's incredible for balancing oils in the scalp, and it leaves your hair so shiny too. I went from washing every 2 to 3 days to every 5 to 8 days. You mentioned you don't want anything too time consuming because you're always on the go. Not having to wash as much is a lifesaver on time. I'd pair it with a conditioner that's lightweight and won't weigh down your waves. It has Wave Max in it as well. After shower, I would scrunch in air dry cream and mousse. The air dry cream cuts dry time in half and hydrates too, and the mousse can provide more definition and volume and doesn't leave your hair crunchy feeling. After everything is dry, I'd recommend setting the curl with an oil, which will help it last longer. Our oil is actually patented because it's so molecularly small, it can penetrate all 3 layers of the hair and heal it from the inside out. It's incredible. So you can also use it for scalp treatments, which can restore a natural curl pattern. I can put a sample cart together to show you pricing if you'd like. And then she said, I would be interested in seeing the pricing for sure. Since I'm in Florida, the humidity is insane. Even if my hair looks picture perfect, 5 seconds out and it's totally ruined. Totally frizzy and poofy. I know Utah can be hot, but not necessarily the same with humidity. What do you think about products working here for our Florida climate? Have you had any success with clients from Florida? And I said, Sounds good. I'll send a sample cart your way. And yes, the humidity there is crazy. I used to live in Missouri and I visited Florida a couple times and it's way different. Humidity makes a big difference. I do have customers in very humid areas. Our company is actually based in Florida. Let me check with a couple friends from there and make sure these products would be equally as good for the humidity. I'm sure the shampoo and conditioner are. I'm just wondering if the mousse would be your best styler or not. So I'm super honest with her. Like, you have to stay real, guys. Like, people appreciate that. She said, that would be awesome. Thank you. Could you send me a link to your website where I could take a look at some of the products? So I sent her the cart and then I sent her the link to my website. And a little voice memo that said it can be a little difficult to navigate, but feel free to look around, ask me any questions you might have. And I said, okay, perfect. My friends agree. Let's do a conditioner that's a frizz-fighting beast and a gel instead of the mousse. And she said, hey there, I'm so glad to hear your friends recommended it for the humidity and frizz-fighting power. I'm excited to hear that there's a money-back guarantee too. I don't mind paying what it costs, but I want to make sure that it works. So that's a total relief. And then she told me about this gel she'd used in the past, and was saying it kind of made her hair leave like crunchy and not good feeling. And so I like responded with a voice message and I told her that our gel does not leave it feeling crunchy, but she's absolutely welcome to just use it and try it and see if it works differently than the gels she's used in the past. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, let's get her money back for it and it'll be no problem. And she said, thanks so much for all your help. I'm ready if you want to send the link with a cart over. And then I said, did you want everything in the cart that I sent in the sample cart? Also, being a VIP customer, you agree to 2 or more orders of 84 plus in your lifetime. We call them flex ships. They're flexible shipments, not auto ship. I usually put the oil in as a placeholder since it's exactly $84, but that's all it is, a placeholder. In a couple months when the flex ship is coming up, I'll reach out and see if you need more product or not. All in your court. Some people order every couple months and others every year or even less. I'll never let an order go through without you being ready for more product. If the products don't work out for you for whatever reason, the 2 future flex ships can be canceled. No fee with that 30-day money-back guarantee. This is something I like to add, but it's definitely not necessary for you. I just feel like it gives people peace of mind. I said, and if the products don't work out for you by the off chance you love the products but then never want to reorder, like you find something you like better, there's a $20 fee to cancel the future flex ships. And if we had a weird situation like that, I'd be happy to reimburse you for the $20. If that all sounds good, then I'll send that link your way. She said, that all sounds great. By the way, she didn't respond and I had to follow up with her again. And I just did a voice message, but then she said, that all sounds great. And I said, perfect. Can I get your phone number, email, and birth date? And I got that info for her page and then sent her cart. And I believe I might have had to do another follow-up because she didn't check out with her cart. And then she was like, oh, okay, I did it. So, that was a lot. I have learned so much in the last few days, and I'm sure I'm about to learn a ton more. But I think those are some general tips and tricks. Definitely just try to keep all of that in mind. And please reach out in the chat. Let's talk about this. I want this to be like an interactive thing because I've learned so much. And like, I think we can all contribute to this conversation of how to link attraction marketing to getting new customers through hair quizzes. Comment any questions there, any insights, your favorite things you heard, things that might still be a little confusing, anything like that. And please watch this on your own time. I hope to hear, I know today's Sunday, I hope to hear back from you guys within the next few days, and hope you have a good week. Best wishes.